Hello, pepelwerk community, especially our talent community. We're just sharing another progression story inside of our app from one of our talent users. And yes, he's a twofer talent user. He is actually someone who works for pepelwerk and also somebody who's using his app, because that's what it's for, to develop and get his own work-life goals accomplished, which is obviously cool. So, CT, you're here to give us an update on your work life.
I am.
So, of course, we want to break down this update in terms of the work goals, or I'm sorry, the work-life goals that you set on the app, over a month ago. Mm-hmm. So you had working, earning, learning, and connecting goals. So let's take one at a time. Your first working goal, you have a goal of becoming a director, and obviously, he hasn't left, which is a good thing. That means he's not ready to actually level up to maybe the proficiency that you wanted to be as a director, but you've actually been expanding your directorial responsibilities. So talk about how you've expanded your work to achieve that goal.
I've been expanding my role a little more as a technical director, being more technical on the edits and the shooting and the overall, outside of being creative, being more technically sound on what I'm doing making it more with a purpose instead of too much creativity. It's kind of a teamwork thing that I'm doing right now.
Well, I like that part to what you just said, because you have this big aspiration of what you see yourself doing, which naturally means you're doing creative, you're doing technical, you're doing scripting, right? You're doing a lot of things as a director. But you've taken down a big goal and you worked it into a smaller one, which is, let me just focus on the technical side. And obviously with the work that he's been doing at pepelwerk, he's surrounded with the team that allows him to really refine the technical side, and then obviously you'll get back to the creative when it's right. Okay, now let's talk about your earning goals. So obviously with pepelwerk, don't tell people how much you make, but but you have your earning goals, which involved accomplishing your performance goals, and then you were also thinking of finding other gig opportunities that allowed you to obviously get closer to your cash goals. Let's talk about that.
I've been working on obviously scaling up and getting more proficient with my work so I can attain those money goals that I want. And that being said, getting more gigs and stuff like that has been something that I've been focusing on. So that's a major key in the money goals that I'm
the money goals thing.
Yeah.
Well, and obviously CT already moved the conversation to his skilling side to it, and that obviously makes sense, because sometimes if you've refined your work goal of being something that requires new skills like technical directing, and then you're finding other ways to just stretch those things that you're learning about, how are you learning? Did you match with any courses for in your learner profile that helped you upskill? What other ways are you finding knowledge that you need to be able to get to your goal?
Yeah, so I'm just using all those sources that's been given to me within the app, outside of the app, something that's leading me to another source within the app. Just learning as much as I can, because in this creative field, there's always new things to learn, and putting that on your resume helps building your profile with those skills and attributes really help me expand my goals.
So actually, with the creative field, it's almost like a development and engineering field, because last year's coding language might not be so relevant. So staying on top of new technology that allows you to deliver creativity, I can understand is something hard and challenging until you get flagged with updates in your app, or you actually create different settings for updates on different platforms, right? There's so many tools to use, as you said, like where pepelwerk is a tool, a very strong tool in your wheelhouse to be able to accomplish your work-life goals. But we're not the only tool, and that's what we want to really be fair about. So the last one is the connecting. I don't remember actually you setting any specific connection goals to like networking or communities in the creative space, but did you do that? Did you add more goals, or are you just kind of good in that space right now?
Yeah, so I want to connect with more producers, directors, and hopefully obtain some more knowledge about their path and how they got there would be something would help me in the future.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to add that. You have to add your
Yeah.
connection goals to your app so that we can help you progress that. Because even when we add the mentors, I mean, obviously, we're not going to be master's class. We're not going to have some famous celebrities on our app yet. We might in the future, but obviously, you're not going to learn directing from the most famous directors through one of your mentors. But you could from local directors, and all of this, because that's our job. Our job is to find the support resources that are important to CT, important to you, our talent audience. Any other updates you want to provide? It sounds like it's all good. It's all progressing forward, and this was just 6 weeks ago. Okay.
Yeah, everything's all good.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, CT, for giving our audience an authentic update on what's going on in your work life. And of course, if you are watching us and you haven't downloaded the app, please do. Don't delay. And if you have any questions, comments, or actually stories that you want to hear or learn more about, let us know in the comment. And of course, congratulate CT for progressing in his work-life goals. It's people work, and we give you the tools. It's up to you how you use them.